Hi everybody, Tommy Long here again, Exterior Shade Guru. I wanted to talk about a topic today that I've been asked quite a bit of times, and it's something that everybody gets kind of confused on, is the Somfy Wind Sensor. Now the wind sensors are a very, very big false sense of security. On the smaller shades, they're perfectly fine, but when you get these really big, really tall shades, they only act as if you were hitting the remote in the up position. So if it's a really tall shade and the wind hits the wind sensor, and triggers it, it will just start moving up really slow. The thing is that wind could hit it again and still tear it up. You just need to do your due diligence in training the homeowners that the wind sensors are a false sense of security. They're not made to protect your shades from being torn up. They're just to help you if the winds kick up. You walk inside, the winds kick up. It's to help roll them up, but be very, very aware of the weather that's going to be coming. So the Somfy Wind Sensor is a potentiometer type. It has a little spin thing on the top of it. I will turn the camera around. We'll go over a few things. Okay, so this is the Somfy Wind Sensor. Now, this is designed for this spinning thing to be on the top, not upside down, because if you turn it upside down, the circuit board and all the adjustments are acceptable to the wind, the weather and the rain. You don't want that. So this always needs to be mounted up like this. Now this, trying to do this with one hand is kind of funky. This back piece is adjustable. You can mount it many different ways, different surfaces. There is screws right here. This is how you mount it. There's screws for putting the cover back on. But what I always recommend before you climb up to screw it in and to set everything the way you need to do it, sorry, dropped it, is what you're going to need to do is access the program button, which is the exact same as the program button on your remote. So what you need to do is, before you climb up the ladder, is actually program each shade, copy it from the remote to the wind sensor. What that does is now you've copied each one. If you try and do the all channel, you might miss one. But what we're going to do is we're going to copy each one of them. I'm going to lay this down right here where we have access to that program button. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the remote and we're going to go to each one. Now this is a very large shade. Okay, that's the particular one that we're on. That's channel 1. Now what we're going to do is we're going to press the button. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. We're going to press the button on the back of the remote. You're going to hear it jog. Okay, it jogged. It's in copy mode. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the back of the wind sensor and press the button. It's going to jog again. Okay, it jogged. Now that means it is copied to it. Now if at any time you need to remove the wind sensor, you have to copy the shades back to the wind sensor to delete it out of the motor. Remember that. You cannot just unplug it. It will randomly send signals back and forth from the shade motor to the wind sensor. If it does not get an OK back, it thinks something is wrong. It's designed to automatically roll the shades up in the sense that the wind sensor does not operate correctly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the second shade. It's going to move. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, I'm going to set it down and do it a different way. We're going to press the button. It's going to jog again. Okay, it jogged. Now what we're going to do is go to the program button on the back of the wind sensor again. It jogged again. That's 2 shades. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to shade 3, which is the one on the far end. Operate it first to make sure you're on the correct channel. Now what we're going to do is go to the back of the remote. We're going to press the button. Okay, it jogged. Now we're going to go to the wind sensor. And we're going to press that button again also. It's going to jog. Okay, now all 3 shades are on the wind sensor that I'm programming here. Now what we're doing is, right now, this is set, these increments are in 6 miles per hour increments, from 6 miles an hour all the way to right here. is 31 miles an hour. So I think it's 6 increments. I can't remember exactly what they told me, but you want to test the wind sensor to make sure all the shades are in the correct position. So anytime you move this past that plus sign, you will hear all the shades jog. Okay, that means you're in demo mode. What that demo mode does is it's instantaneous. So if I'm sitting here, let's see if I can do this with one hand. As you can see, all the shades are down. I'm gonna blow it, see if I can blow it with my mouth. It automatically triggers when it's in demo mode. So demo mode is instantaneous. Basically means it doesn't matter what amount of wind you put on it, it automatically will trigger and roll them up to let you know all shades are within range. Now, within range means it could be 30 feet, it could be more. The Somfy Wind Sensors have a very clear open space is a lot better, but program it on the ground. Now, these shades, I'm going to be climbing up on the roof to where they're going to mount this to hand it to them so they can mount it and we can run the cords. But at any time, this is a low voltage cord from here all the way to the transformer. And then from the transformer here is 110. So this is 24 volt wind sensor. But you have to have this for as many shades are within range. So sometimes you might have to move it around the patio or something, but I program this on the ground so you're not up on the roof line or wherever you're putting it trying to program it and adjust it while you're up there. Now, this particular one here, what we are going to do is we're going to adjust it back out of demo mode. So anytime you move it out of demo mode, there's a little red light that's there. Once it reaches that threshold and it rolls up, if that red light is on, you cannot roll the shade back down. But anytime you go in or out of demo mode, it will automatically jog to let you know you're out of it. So if you twist it and you think you're at 30, you might not be at 30. You got to twist it until it jogs again. So I'm going to twist it. So it's out of demo mode. It's right there close to it. That's somewhere close to 30, roughly 30 miles an hour, and that's what the homeowner asked for, was the highest. Cable guide shades do not have a high wind speed, but this is kind of in a cove of a house. The one in the back that they put up a couple weeks ago, or last week, needs to be adjusted. I think it's a little too sensitive. So it needs to be adjusted up. So always remember, starts at 6 miles an hour and goes all the way up to 31 miles an hour roughly, right at this. So I'm right at just the other side of it where it jogged. But the easiest thing to do also is to check is you can hold it. Let's see if I can do this. Now see, it's not going to spin real good unless it's on that potentiometer thing. You can get an air blower, you know, whatever, to try it, but you just need to spin it to see if it's going to. Okay, it triggered, so I would probably got it up over 30 miles an hour. Now I gave it a little bit, I'm gonna press the button. See, it won't let me stop it because it triggered what the speed was. So it has a threshold. Once it reaches that threshold, it rolls everything up and it sets a timer to allow you to stop or roll the shades down. And that is to help protect you from it, you know, damaging the shades or you rolling it back down while the winds are still blowing. So just be aware. I'll take a picture afterwards to post with this video, show where it's mounted and how the cable was ran and all of that stuff. Just be aware. Wind sensors are a false sense of security. So over-educate the homeowners on how to use them. Watch for weather conditions. Sometimes you might just need to roll your shades up, whether they're zipper shades or cable guide shades, if there's a bad storm coming in. All right. I hope this helps everybody. If you have any questions, leave comments in the comment section below. Y'all have a great day.